Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
So I'm grateful that 14 parties have spoken today. Out of the 14 parties that have spoken, 2 have supported the bill 100%. One party has supported the bill but with 2 serious concerns on 2 provisions, and 11 parties have requested that it be referred to a select committee. 11-1. The consensus, by any definition of the word consensus today is that the bill should go to a select committee. However, the government is unlikely to agree and respect this consensus. I am well aware of it. But I do want to place on record that by passing this bill today, we are going against the general consensus that exists this afternoon. 11 out of 14 parties have wanted it to be referred to a select committee, and even the party that has supported this bill has expressed 2 very serious reservations on this bill. Sir, this is the first point I want to make. The second point I want to make is that my senior colleague, Digvijay Singh ji, has quoted 2 letters, one from the Niti Aayog and the second one from the Department of Economic Affairs, that have raised serious questions on Section 13 of this bill. And my senior colleague will authenticate these letters and place it on the table of the House so that it is part of the record that in spite of what Niti Aayog has said, in spite of what the Finance Ministry has said, the Ministry of Mines has introduced Section 13 in this bill. Finally, sir, my concern on this bill, we are all for reforms. Who can be against reforms? Reforms that increase employment, reforms that protect the environment, reforms that reduce corruption. Every political party will support these reforms. That's not the question. We are the Council of States, and the test of any bill in this House is, does it respect the constitutional rights of states, or does it violate the constitutional rights of states? Correct. And I say with full authority and full responsibility that Section 10(1) and Section 14(3) completely encroach on the rights of the state governments. And we have seen today that political parties normally supportive of the government have opposed this bill on these 2 grounds. Section 10(1) gives the central government blanket powers to determine the composition and functioning of the District Mineral Foundation. Today, the District Mineral Foundation has a corpus of something like 37,000 crores. And every year, this increases by 6,000 to 7,000 crores a year. The central government, through Section 10(1), is telling the state government, is telling the district administration, we, the central government, have the powers to determine the composition and the manner of utilization of the District Mineral Foundation. If this is not a slap on the face of the state government, I fail to see what is any other slap. So Section 10(1) is a poisonous provision that abrogates the rights of states. Finally, sir, Section 14(3). Section 14(3) has been raised by my friend Sasmit Patraji, who has supported this bill enthusiastically. But he has also raised this question, that Section 14(3) basically provides powers to the central government to decide on the auction when the state government is unable to auction. Now, a very funny word is used, consultations. Does consultation mean concurrence? Or does consultation means just informing the states? The experience has been consultations means telling the states this is what needs to be done. So, sir, Section 10(1) is violative of state rights. Section 14(3) is a complete mockery of the state government's powers and responsibilities. And because of this fact, because this bill completely negates the power and responsibilities and constitutional obligations of the state governments, 11 political parties have requested that this go to a select committee. I'm not even talking about the other issues of privatization, of weakening of the public sector. That's a completely separate issue. But only on the grounds that it violates the rights of states, this bill must be referred to a select committee. The Rajya Sabha would be failing in its duty if this bill does not go to a select committee. I request the minister, who unfortunately is not present as I am speaking, but I'm sure the sentiment will be conveyed to him. He has just entered. I'm sure the sentiment will be conveyed to him that 11 out of 14 political parties want this bill to go to a select committee, and even the one political party that has supported you completely has serious reservations on two of the provisions which make a mockery of the rights and responsibilities of state governments. Thank you, sir.